Hello friends, welcome to Minds of Aspirants. In this video, we will look at the importance of reading newspaper and books for the subjects. The first point is that students have this fear of missing out. They sense this understanding from whatever they see that maybe reading a material is more significant than reading a newspaper or reading a book, uh, especially in optional paper. I feel that every optional is scoring, but reading this material is what is creating this problem of not being able to understand a particular option, or this is a scoring option, that is not a scoring option, something like that. But I agree to some of the views that people give for saying that why they read material. Materials are easy. It is easily given in point wise form, accessible. It is very short and very small, concise thing that is actually for clearing IAS exam. Okay, the first point I and it is market is flooded with material. You should know that I think in newspaper, if you have read, edutech or education sector is actually securing a lot of IPOs, and so much of funding is being pumped into this sector. So they would automatically want promotion for their brand. And if you very closely watch, promotion for other products can be done using the marketing, advertisement, and stuff. But promotion for UPSC is material. These cut, copy, pasted material in the name of a book given to you actually don't serve the purpose of making you understand. Rather, it serves the purpose of being you understanding that there is a material in the market and something is happening. So this is a second. Third, everyone does it, so I too do it. Not saying in the sense that there is a discussion which is going on that people doing UPSC are wasting their time. Person from Prime Minister's Economic Council also comes in this podcast and says that we are wasting time, or students are wasting, or young generation is wasting time in UPSC. Yes, I agree to that because of material, because they study or they read material instead of a newspaper or a book. These are factors which students give in order for them to read a material instead of a book. Because one example that I said was easy. It is very easy. So, for example, environment. Environment, people do not know where and what to read, and what is the syllabus and things like that, which book we have to refer, and hence they go for a material. But if we very closely read the NCERT's biology book, 12th standard biology book, after 6th, 7th chapter, you can check the biology book, 6th, 7th chapter. It has a chapter on ecosystem, biotechnology. It has a chapter on symbiosis. Uh, Mind you, and you can go check, my friends. The material gives, like, for example, maybe I will put a separate video on that, but you check that. For symbiosis or mutualism, they give some random example. But you check the 12th standard biology book, there is a diagram in that. In that, there is a mutualism diagram is given. In that, fig and wasp is given. This was 2023 question paper. You understand what I'm saying? We go to a material because it is easily accessible, it is available in the market, flooded, and things like that. But it is actually taking you away from the things that you should have studied in NCRT. So, this is the thing that I saw. For example, this topic that I saw convinced me of the fact that instead of reading a material, if you just read newspaper and the government, dedicated documents or the books, you will clear this exam. I'll give you my points. So these are the points that students gave me as to why they read material. But I give you my thing. The first point that I want to ask is that, for example, anthropology, because anthropology is my subject. Anthropology contains only one book. If you read that book, it's very, very easy for you to digest the concepts. The book is called as Ember and Ember. There is a material or notes from that book. Okay, that's what students read, and there is a material to a material. So one is from this book. You have taken points and they have given it as a material, and then another is one more thing they refer, which is the materials material. My sense of understanding is that these materials were created by the people who have cleared. They have read this book. Okay, if they have not read this book, they could not have done that material. The points that they have taken and given to you as a material is from these books. One book, this Ember and Ember book. So why you think about it? One person reads that book and takes the points and give you and becomes an officer. You should also read that to become an officer, right? How do you read this and have an understanding and write a book? Sorry, write an answer. The second point. Okay. The second point, see, earlier people have done it. That's why I do. Correct. But people did it. Now UPSC has understood that all the answers are similar. All the answers, mains answer which come to UPSC are similar in every subject. Because each subject has one particular material that everybody reads. What happens is that if I get 10 papers, all of them with a similar answer, how would I even award marks? How would I even think about giving you marks when all of these answers are the same? Shouldn't we read a book and read, if you want, you read the points from the material, but shouldn't you have read the book and understood the concept, gained the knowledge and used the points in the material? See, I'm not saying that, you do only these things. You read only the book. Actually, if you read the books and take points one, 2, 3, 4, 5 in that and write it as an answer, you will get a better score. But if you're scared, you take, like, for example, anthropology, you take the material and you take the book ember and ember, you can mark in the book itself, and extra points you can add from the material, and you can write a very well analyzed answer instead of writing bullet points. The third point that I wanted to say, okay, it's an analogy. Okay, materials or points from the materials are like bricks in a wall. The books and the newspaper are the cements which actually match it. If you leave a house only with bricks, it will not make sense to any person. It can fall down any day. The thing that will hold is the cement. That is your reading. That is your book. That is your analysis that you have done from the books. This is for anything and everything. As I said, environment. If you have read the notes or material, you will get what is what. You will get the brick. But how do you concretize it? How do you make it a wall? How do you make it a home? How do you make it a house? Is by giving your life into that. That comes when you start reading and it comes out of your head. That's what is a book. Okay. So another point is that uh, as an officer, you should be able to comprehend better. As an officer, you have the point of making so many reading so many documents, taking so many decisions. If you see the schedule of an IAS officer, it is filled with so much of stuff. you know in the same day you will be taking care of an issue of a senior citizen and also a port related facility and also disaster management. The comprehension that you should have is very, very high, and you should be reading so many documents in order for you to sign all these things. See, the whole part of reading is is a is a prelude to being an officer. So please think about reading as an progressive way of answering. The last point that I wanted to say was, Students are really scared as to missing out on points. Maybe they may write less number of points. They may write some other point that is not in the material. But understand it, my friends. If you are able to read it, if you are able to correlate with the previous year question, and if you are able to analyze and give me your answer in a very clean, structured way, relevant to the question asked. No, fancy case studies or, this case study, that case study. Your interpretation with some illustration that you have read from newspaper and your understanding, be it any optional, anthropology, sociology, political science, public administration, geography, you've read from the book, the concept, the topic, and you have actually seen the previous year question. Like, the question will be here and the topic is here, so you are reading and seeing, okay, whether whatever I'm reading can be utilized for this previous year question. Any topic, any topic that you read, always match it with a previous year question. If you are not able to answer that, see, I'm not saying writing, I'm saying if you are not able to derive the answers from the topic that you are reading, then you're reading wrong. Read it again. Not wrong, but anyways, you have not understood it. Read it again. Read it again. Then you see, and if you still are not able to get it, maybe you need to have some root for a particular topic. You need to understand something, then only you will have an understanding. Then go to your professor, or sorry, not the go to your person that taught you that subject and ask for that. Why? How do you write this? History, geography, whichever subject that it may be. But previous year question and the book gives you a complete understanding. This is what I wanted to say in this video. I understand that there is a whole lot of fear of missing out and so much of social media pressure that can convince you to read some material for anything. For example, I said environment, but I'm saying that the answers are in the book, answers are in the newspaper. One last thing, maybe environment, I'll make a separate video of what to read. Environment, five or six classification, topics that they ask. One is, some animal, flora and fauna. The second is actually environmental conventions. The third is environmental laws. Fourth is some key terms, ecosystem, what is biosphere, what is something like that. And another is tree or flora and fauna. So initially animals, you keep it as animals, plants, and some virus related questions. So these are the topics that they usually ask. So for example, one example I'll give you, this animal and all, they take it from the place of states animal list. Okay, states, each state has an animal. Uh, they take it from that. You can study them and correlate with Wildlife Protection Act, and you will be able to get. Likewise, this environmental convention, you read it from newspaper. For example, now UNFCC is going to happen in, Brazil. You check that. Third, you can very well read the, laws of Environmental Protection Act, Wildlife Protection Act. You will read it, and you can also read the key terms from biology NCRT, which I said, ecosystem, biospherism, whatever you want, it is there in geography and NCRT, on geography and biology NCRT. The fifth is, as I said, the plants also are, whenever you read climatology, you can read it along with that. And if you want to read about this national park, Ramsar site, all the other things which are relevant to environment, you can go and check these sites and read it. You can derive so much of information from doing these things. Instead, if you read a material, it's actually making you anxious. And you see people or students saying that they did not get anything out of this after 4 years or 5 years. If somebody is making, a video and saying that they did not get anything out of this, uh, it's a very painful situation. I don't want you to be in that position. 4 years, 5 years down the line, at least you should get something out of this. If you read the books, read the newspaper, at least you will get the ability, or this comprehending ability will increase. That's my source. That's my point of being, here in this video. I don't want to say that, okay, only you do this, you will clear. I don't want to say that. It's up to you to decide which side you want to take. Because this I make out after I saw a video of a person, saying that they could not even think of a thing that, 5 years are gone and they have not done anything or something like that. It's a very painful situation. I have been there. I have done it initial times. I used to be, obsessed with this notes. Geography was my optional. I used to go from one notes to the other and this handwritten note, that handwritten notes, instead of reading the instead of reading the books and the PYQ. I messed up saying that, okay, I used to read from that notes, thinking that this is enough. It makes us lazy. You have to do a lot of work. Get ready for doing your work. Do your hard work. See, we are so much obsessed with smart work. Smart work does not come before hard work. You have to do your hard work, complete it, then the smart work comes. Okay. I hope you like this video. Any doubts that you may have? Environment, maybe sources for environment, where to read and what to read. Maybe I'll make a separate video. Please like and share to Minds of Aspirants. Thank you for watching. All the best.